use of Persian loan words suggests that it was written sometimes during the Persian period, so 5th to 4th century BC. That means after Babylonian Empire. Okay, Medo and Persian people who ruled uh, was who was raised as superpower during that time, 5th and 4th centuries BC. So probably that time somebody written. However, some scholars have argued that the book could have been written even later during the Hellenistic period. Even they'll see some third and second, 1st century BC. Some words, Hellenic words, Hellenic means Greek words. Greek words they found in this book. Okay, so the thought was seen in this book. Okay. Okay, setting. So the book does not explicitly state that where it is written. However, the book's use of Aramaic and Persian loanwords suggests that it was written in a region that was under Persian influence. So it was written in a Persian influence. This suggests that the book was written somewhere in the Middle East. Okay, probably maybe in Jerusalem or Babylon. So all that area was under influence of Persian influence. Okay, the words were there. Okay, so outline of the Ecclesiastics. First chapter 1 to 12, it says that it introduces the author. Okay, so and he starts the book with a pessimistic thought, thinking the futility of the life under the sun. Okay, pessimistic thought. He started this book with a pessimistic note, and he continues that one till second chapter 26. He speaks about the vanity of life. The teacher recounts the pursuit of wisdom and pleasure only to find them both empty and meaningless. Okay, so he concludes that it is like a vapor, fleeting pursuit with no lasting satisfaction. See, the happiness, the pleasure. So all this actually, it's like a vapor. It will not permanent. Okay, there's no satisfaction, and this is not a permanent. Okay, then he third, 1 to 15, he teaches about the cycle of life. Okay, the teacher observes the natural cycle of life. And I think that everything has been its appointed time. He acknowledges the inevitability of death and the futility of trying to control everything. See, people come into power, they grab everything. They will have the influence on nations, maybe in empires. They have a lot of gold and silver with them. Everything that one day that they the death actually appears to them, and they will not take all those things along with them. So that's what the teacher says. Okay. Then the value of work and enjoyment. So third chapter, 16 to 22. The teacher encourages people to take pleasure in their work and enjoy the good things in life. He recognizes that these blessings come from God's hand. Okay. So then he speaks about fourth chapter 1 to 12, the mystery of life. The teacher observes the injustice, oppression that exists in the world. Okay, so that we already studied a lot in minor prophets and major prophets. So injustice and oppression is there in all communities, whether it is in India, whether it is in Africa, whether it is in European countries, wherever it may be, because basically people are sinful and they trend to be injustice and oppression. They made other people oppressed. He says that life is mystery and true happiness cannot be found in this world apart from God. Okay, that's what he says. Okay, then fourth chapter 13 to 16. Uh, he praises the value of wisdom, even though it is difficult to attain. So, getting wisdom is difficult to attain. See, many people think that wisdom is, if you do PhD, if you do something, study in Oxford, you will get lot of wisdom. No, that is not true. Even the peasant worker also, who's uneducated also, uh, may have, wisdom. Wisdom actually comes from God. That's why, even though it is difficult to attain. So, that is the uniqueness of wisdom. He compares wisdom to a shelter that provides protection from the storms of life. Wisdom actually uh, gives helps from the storms of life. So a lot of challenges come in our life, and wisdom. Those who have wisdom, they can stand with the storms. Okay. The value of friendship he talks about in fourth chapter 9 to 12. The teacher encourages people to value friendship and companionship. This is very important. He notes that friends provide support and strength in times of trouble. Okay. He speaks about friendship. Then he speaks, the vanity of wealth and labor. Okay. The wealth actually fades away. The teacher observes that wealth and possessions are often fleeting and unsatisfying. He encourages people to be content with what they have and to enjoy the simple things in life. Okay, whatever the simple things, content, See, having content is the greatest the virtue of life. So whatever that we have, God provided, wherever that we are living conditions and everything. Okay, we need to come up in life, that is for sure, but we should not be feel sorry about what we have right now in our hand. Okay, so that's what he speaks. He tells about the content. Okay, so that's what. This is what you see. So I think still is there. In inescapability of death. Okay, so teacher reflects on the inevitability of the death and the futility of trying to escape it. Okay. See, in Roman times and even after that, also a lot of research and have done. Even the pharaohs build what is that pyramids and all. So those are all So they made it because uh, they will come back in life and they will live again, or the life continues to they can escape death, something like that. Okay, but the teacher here in the author actually uh, he actually speaks of inevitability of uh, death. Okay, he concludes that it is better to live a good life than to worry about death. Okay, see, there is a one proverb is there. The person uh, what is that? Victorious person, a successful person, only dies at once, but the fearful person dies every day. Okay, so it is like that. So that's why death is inevitable. Whenever it comes, we should be prepared and have a good life. So that our conscience should not blame us And whenever, if we lead a good life, if we lead a very good disciple of Jesus Christ, so then whenever the death actually comes in our life, that we can face it successfully, face it with maybe we can say with a lot of strength. Okay, so that's what actually this teacher actually speaking about. But in conclusion, 13 to 12, not this 12 chapters. The teacher summarizes his observations and conclusions about the futility of life under the sun. He advises people to fear God and obey his commandments. But this is the meaning of life. Okay. Even if you see in the life of Solomon, Solomon's life actually starts, you know, through prayer. He got the wisdom from God, and because of his wisdom, he got a lot of fame, lot of wealth he acquired. But after acquiring, all the wealth and fame, everything, facilities and everything that a man can have, and later life, uh, because of his sinfulness, because of his the pride, so he married, many women, and at later life, he probably uh, probably realized, life. He has seen whatever the life, fame, and uh, death, and whatever that that he observed, so that he may probably written all these things. Probably, think Solomon was the perfect person to write this the book because of the up and downs in his life. Okay, probably. So maybe later period, by seeing Solomon's life, maybe somebody else written. Okay, so whether Solomon wrote this one or somebody wrote uh, by seeing, Solomon's life, whatever it may be, but the Ecclesiastes speaks to us so many lessons to us. Okay, so the themes that we see in this book is life is fleeting and meaningless apart from God. Okay, so this is what we see. Wisdom is a gift from God, but it is also limited. We have limited knowledge, we have limited wisdom. We cannot compare our wisdom with God. But whoever having fellowship with God, whoever having intimate relationship with God, will have wisdom. Okay, because God, in Proverbs, we see Jesus Christ as the personification of wisdom. Okay, even in Ecclesiastics also, he speaks a lot about wisdom. That's why many people uh, they they give authorship to King Solomon. But anyway, so uh, the wisdom is gift from God. Okay, so fear God and obey His commandments ultimately. So, brothers, I wanted to mention one person here. During my theological studies, I went to Orissa, one state called Orissa. This is presently a neighboring state to us. So I visited during our training program. 1 month we spent in one Christian hospital. The Christian hospital was actually doing public health programs. So they go into the villages which are on the mountains. No, the people cannot come to the towns to uh, be there, no. So to come, it's very difficult for them to travel to come to the towns in the plains. So I visited, sometimes we used to walk maybe even one time we have walked actually 8 miles and not 8 kilometers and return 8 kilometers we walked. Okay, so during the time I met one of the tribal leader there. Okay, uh, in that village, one of the villages, he was a tribal leader for nearly uh, maybe 30 or 35 villages in and around that places. Okay, so he was not a Christian. He was, of course, he was after this Christian people when they started doing the mission work in that area. He became a Christian. He was not a uh, he was he was not literate. He didn't. He is a illiterate person. Uh, so I had a deep, so I had a very good time of I had a very good time I spent with him, listening to him. So he shares, so many things about community life and so the community life, how they actually live, though they do not have any conscience and all, no. So that's all wisdom, that comes from God to them. I was really wondered, we are all educated and we are not like bound to the rules and regulations of the community, but these people, they abide all those rules and regulations, and they live for one another, and how they actually uh, the communal harmony that they have in their villages and all. So that is actually wisdom from God. That's what we see. So fear God and obey his commandments ultimately. Okay, that is very, very important. Life is ultimately a mystery, and we must trust God's sovereignty. Okay, whatever happens in our life, whatever the uh, unimaginable situations happen in our life. Okay, sudden death of our dear ones, maybe sudden loss of our all the property, and whatever the sudden things in our life happen in our life, we should trust in the God's sovereignty. That is very, very important in our life, friends. So that's what this book actually teaches about. These are the themes, wonderful themes. I think many of us, we hardly read this book. Okay, we hardly read this book. But so this has, very, very good teaching. That's why this is included in Old Testament. Okay, so the book Ecclesiastic offers a unique and challenging perspective on the meaning of life. Okay, it reminds us of the fleeting nature of human life and the limitations of human wisdom. However, it also offers a path to true meaning and fulfillment through a relationship with God. Okay? So, relationship with God, meaning and fulfillment through relationship with God. That's very, very important. Whatever the situation that we may face in our life. Okay, so Ecclesiastics is over. I think you have some idea about now Ecclesiastics. You start reading these books. I think you might have read Job, Psalms, Proverbs many times, but Ecclesiastic very less. But start reading from the Old Testament survey perspective. Okay, so I have given elaborate notes to you already. I submitted to you uh, the Word document, and also PPT also I have given to you. Just go through it. Please go through it. Maybe once or twice you please read it, so that you have an idea about this each book. Okay. So next is Song of Songs. This is very unique book in uh, maybe in the Bible. Okay, it speaks about love, physical love, biological love, and mm, so everything in everything is recorded. The Bible is everything is recorded that it recorded man's God's love, that human beings love, and the failures of men, successful leaders, and everything. Everything is recorded in the Bible. So it is very important for us to take and learn from these scriptures in our practical life. So date estimates for the date of the Song of Songs range from 10th century to 2nd century BC. Some scholars believe that the book's language and style suggests a date of 10th century BC. That means Solomon's time. Okay. So while others argue that the book's use of Greek and Persian words suggests a date in 3rd and 2nd century BC. Okay. Authorship. The Song of Songs is traditionally attributed to King Solomon, but there is no consensus on whether this is accurate, whether this is written by Solomon or somebody else. So some scholars argue that the book's language and style are too late to be Solomonic. Okay, while others believe that the book's attribution to Solomon is intended to be symbolic rather than literal. Okay, so if it is symbolic, that is fine. Why these are the books actually attributed to Solomon? Because Solomon played a major role in uh, you know, uh, teaching and preaching. So many things, his fame is actually went around the world. People from around the world came and learned from him. Okay, that's why even from the latter period, people they used Solomon's name and wrote this literature. So probably whether it is a 10th century or it is in the 4th, 2nd century, whatever it may be, the scripture is important because it is canonically selected. The setting is the Song of Song is set in a variety of locations, including the countryside situation. You see the city and the desert. Three type of places you see. The book's use of imagery from the natural world suggests that it was written in a rural setting. The first setting, it is in countryside. Then it is like a cinematic, So in any cinema, actually, different places it will go, right? Uh, some instant happened in a countryside. Next moment in city side. Next moment in desert. Like that, cinematically, this book was written. Okay, so outline. You will see outline. Introduction 1 to 8. The woman expresses her longing for her beloved. Okay, so then the man praises the woman's beauty. The woman declares her desire for the man's love. Okay, so this is first chapter, 8th verse till 8th verse. Second portion is the courtship, maybe their relationship. The man and woman exchange compliments. Woman describes the beloved's physical beauty. The man describes the beloved's spiritual beauty. Woman expresses her longing for her beloved. The man calls out to his beloved. Okay. The woman rejoices in the presence of her beloved. So, and from 3rd chapter onwards till 5th chapter, verse 1, you see the woman is the wedding. Wedding happens. The woman is carried away to the wedding. The man praises his beloved at the wedding. The woman praises her beloved at the wedding. The marital bliss after marriage. So their joy, So the woman describes the joy of marital intimacy. The man praises his beloved's beauty. The woman expresses her love for her beloved. The man praises his beloved's beauty. Okay. So then trials and temptations. After marriage, trials and after sometimes, trials and temptations will be there definitely in any marriage. So you'll see the woman's beauty attracts the attention of others. The man and woman reaffirms their love for each other. So then again, chapter 8, 5 to 14. The woman expresses her desire for her beloved. The man and woman reminiscence about their courtship. The woman affirms her love for her beloved. Okay. Conclusion is chapter till 17. The man praises his beloved's beauty. The woman declares her love for her beloved. Okay. So this is how you will see one young man and young woman, both of them before marriage, they longing for each other, and then they are in dating. Maybe you can say in a Western word that you can use that they are in dating, and after that they are married, and after the marriage, the joy comes in their life because they were united, and after that there is struggles in life, relationship problems, and then they renew their love. Okay, so that's what even uh, in our marriages, okay, you'll see uh, at every anniversary, because my anniversary happened just few days back, last month 18th. So every time at the date of anniversary of our marriage, we renew once again. We praise God for what happened all these years, and we renew, and we freshly will start again, like that. So these people also, they have trials and temptations. So they renewed their love, and uh, so they remain faithful. They remain uh, faithful to each other. So that's what actually you see in this book, the Song of Songs. Okay, this is all like a songs, So the beautiful songs. Those who are good in poetry really enjoy this book. Okay, so this is what now we will see the love and the intimacy. You can see the passionate and physical love. You will see this as a themes, different themes. The song celebrates love in its raw physical form, with vivid imaginary and metaphor for the lovers' bodies and desires. This was quite radical for its time, as love poetry typically focused on uh, courtly, courtly love or spiritual devotion. Okay. Even in you will see this type of the poetry even in Hindu scriptures also. So that is like Krishna, what we'll say, Lord Krishna was there in Indian. They actually people uh, he make love with many women. Okay, so that's how actually it was depicted. So that's what they depicted in their poetry. But here, the two young people passionately they love each other and they play the hands. Okay, so then longing and desire. Second theme that you can see, longing and desire. The poem portrays the intimacy, yearning, and pursuit between. Hello.
Hello.
Am I audible now? Is there any problem in internet?
No.
No, no. Okay, so I'm just
Yeah.
confirming because
Yeah.
okay. So longing and desire. The poem portrays the intense yearning and pursuit between the lovers, emphasizing the emotional depth and vulnerability in love. Okay. So then mutual admiration and delight. The lovers lavish praise on each other's beauty and character, revealing in their unique connection and finding joy in each other's presence. Intimacy and exclusivity. The poem emphasizes the exclusivity of their love, creating a sense of sacred space where only they exist. This intimacy transcends physically and suggests a deep emotional and spiritual bond. Okay. This is not only a physical bond, it's also emotional and also spiritual bond. Okay. Nature and beauty. The imagery of nature and beauty. This is wonderful. The imagery that we'll see. The garden imagery. The poem is filled with lush descriptions of gardens, flowers, and fruits, symbolizing fertility, sensuality, and flourishing of love. Nature becomes a backdrop for their lovers' encounters and a source of inspiration for their metaphors. Then sensory details. The poem applies to the senses through vivid descriptions of sight, smell, touch, and taste, creating an immersive experience for the reader and drawing them into the lover's world. Okay. Symbolism and allegory. Okay. Different interpretations we can see. The Song of Songs has been interpreted in various ways throughout history. Some see it is a literal celebration of human love, while others view it as an allegory for God's love for his people or the relationship between Christ and the church. So this is a symbolism. Okay. Rich imagery. The poem uses symbolic language such as animals, spices, the precious stones, the convey deeper meaning about love, desire, and beauty. Okay. Other themes that we see, the faithfulness and commitment. Despite the sensuality, the poem suggests a deep commitment and faithfulness between the lovers. They overcome challenges and external pressures, signifying the enduring power of life. Celebration of life. The poem ultimately celebrates life, joy, and the beauty found in physical and emotional intimacy. It encourages embracing pleasures and sensuality as gift from God. Okay, it's important to remember that these themes are intertwined and open to interpretation. The beauty of the Song of Songs lies in its evocative language and its ability to speak completion about love, desire, and divine. So these are the things, So friends, from uh, to this till this, our Ketuvim, that wisdom literature is finished. I have given assignments to you from this wisdom literature. The centrality of Christ in this book. Okay, so that's what I'm given from Job Just read that one. This passage describes God's power and majesty in creation of God in the world. It's often seen as a foreshadowing of Christ, the word through whom all things were made. Okay. How does this imagery of God's creation power connects to our understanding of Christ? So these are the books, Job, Psalms, and Proverbs, Ecclesiastics, and Song of Songs. I have given you the question. Okay. Just go through it. Take your time. You have a lot of time is there. Maybe I'm also going to give you minor project and major profits also. All these things, you please submit by, you take your time, maybe 3 weeks of time till the December 31st, you can take, and you can submit. Okay, one by one. You please, but you don't do it all at once. Okay, whatever the question you finished, you please submit immediately. Okay, so that's how you can do. So by this, Old Testament is